really appreciate you all for joining us today. Uh,
No, I didn't delete the old event. It's still there. All right, it's working on this fucking link. No, god damn it.
And I am also co-host of Hair of the Dog. It airs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I was also so proud to be recently elected to New Mexico's state level as a counselor for the Green Party. I am also presently up for a nomination to the Citizens Committee for the redistricting to help end gerrymandering. And that's one of the subjects of HR 1 that we'll be talking about.
Very, very nice. Nathan, we have the first panel that'll be coming up.
Thanks for having me, everybody. I am Nathan Klein. I am currently, amongst many other things, the outreach coordinator for the Kansas City chapter of the Missouri Green Party. I've run as a Missouri Green Party candidate in Missouri for the Missouri State Senate, District 7, in the Jackson County Executive. That's the main county for Kansas City, Missouri. Got 35,000 votes so there's a lot of interest for third parties in our area. And currently we're working hard to regain statewide ballot access. We hold ballot access now only in the big cities in Missouri, but big petition drive that is being very, very successful, getting out on street corners and talking to Missourians, which is very exciting and fun to do, and encourage everybody to get out there and talk face to face with people.
Excellent, very nice. And our third panelist today is Aidan Hill. Can you take a few moments?
Hello, everyone. My name is Aidan Hill. I'm in the Green Party of Alameda County as a council member. My major background is that I'm a student at UC Berkeley. I was the youngest candidate to run for mayor in the city of Berkeley, and I've also ran for city council of District 7, which houses UC Berkeley. I was a former vice chair of the Berkeley's Homeless Commission. I have experience at the international, federal, state, local, and grassroots levels of governance, and so I'm well-rounded in that way. And fun fact about me is that I was the first legally non-binary person running for public office in the United States history back in 2018. And so I'm very proud to have that diverse experience moving forward in my life.
Very good. So this is, of course, a solution summit. And one of the issues that we always have with identifying solutions is identifying the problem. Now, all of you are very familiar with grassroots movements and grassroots organizations, been very well developed. What would you consider to be the first and primary issue that you've encountered with money in politics versus the grassroots movements that you've been involved in? Aidan, let's go ahead and start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Money in politics, to me, is always the biggest issue. In Berkeley, we have
work for us, the citizens of our community, for our needs and not the needs of wealthy campaign contributors. And the only way you can do that is to vote Green Party, is to volunteer Green Party, to donate Green Party, and and to ultimately we're asking people to run Green Party, right? And that's, I think that's it. And I'm out there talking to people we are out several times a week, and I'm very optimistic because I'm out there talking directly to people, and people are nicer and more cooperative and actually agree with us more face to face than when you try to talk to people online. So, I think that there's a way forward.
Absolutely. Carrie, Nathan brought up some issues in the whole grassroots versus money movement. Getting out and actually doing the meet and greets, doing the politicking and building the grassroots volunteers. It's the labor versus the capital in politics. You have any more feedback on that with your personal experiences in New Mexico?
Absolutely. And I have to say, when I ran for office, I was a candidate in Illinois. And I think the same holds true regardless of where you are. Canvassing. You cannot underestimate the power of canvassing. This is door to door, particularly as a candidate for a cause or things like that, because I think we forget in our online lives that the majority of voters are not getting that information online. They're not getting it anywhere. And right now, when you see statistically, most people don't trust mainstream media. So where are they getting this information? And will you show up at the door as a representative for your party, yourself, or asking for that vote? That has such value. So when we work with other candidates, we're always constantly going, you've got to have at least 4 or 5 touches. And that's a personal touch. That's you at the door asking for the vote, listening to them. That is one of the ways that we absolutely counteract all of the big money. And I often tell candidates or anyone who's interested in running, if you're running for a higher level and people are turning away from mainstream media, from the corporate-owned media, let them spend millions upon millions of dollars on ads that nobody's going to see, because they're going to see you at the door. And you cannot underestimate the value.
So, Aidan, see so often in the two major parties. What sort of successes have you seen in Berkeley?
Yeah, the major success of horizontal organization has been specifically fighting against police jurisdiction over people. In Berkeley, our police department had been very expanding towards militarization, the use of spit hoods. We saw tanks coming in. They still use chemical weapons. Until recently, our chief of police actually argued for shooting people. And so the community as a whole had developed this thing called an independent police accountability board. It's not perfect. Our demands for a 50% police reduction of budgeting did not go through, but we have created this coalition called Care Not Cops, talking about the people who have died at the hands of Berkeley police officers, giving support to people who have been shot just this year by police department officers in our city, and people who have died at the hands of Berkeley police officers who are actively engaging support to people who have been shot, eliminating police brutality by doing the police department officers wherever we see it, and really form a coalition, united front against the legislation to bolster our police has really made momentum and grassroots efforts to change policing. So much to the point where our mayor right now is on TV talking about taking away police from traffic stops. Yeah, that's not the progressive policy that we are all aiming for, but it's a concession, and that concession gives us more leeway into the future. And so I agree with Nathan. We need those broad mass movements. My work deals with making sure that we have public parks and open spaces. Yeah. Well.
Carrie, you've taken a look at the infrastructure. You've moved from Illinois to New Mexico. You've had to change your background, the infrastructure. Taking your experiences from Illinois and trying to regroup around that in New Mexico, what's your experience like?
Well, I have to reiterate the point that it's the coalition building, the networking. So what we're looking at here is, Libertarian Party. Can we coalesce with some shared values? But I think the point that we're missing here is a two-pronged approach. And we have the for-profit model that isn't being addressed. And with that, I'd like to propose that in every state, it is your property taxes you as a taxpayer are paying to finance elections. That's primary and general. So why then should we not demand that those elections are also adhered to under the same way, same regulation that we would for any state organization? But what we do is abdicate this to two for-profit companies, two corporations, RNC and the DNC, and we allow them to manipulate primaries. We allow for-profit media companies to hamstring us on our debate stages. Why would we do that? Shouldn't we remove those for-profit corporations from what is the democratic process and the public good? That is a conversation that we aren't having, and we need to have as part of a twofold approach. And I think when it comes to networking, it's a matter of making people aware of it, because homeowners don't necessarily think about this. Business owners don't necessarily think about their tax dollars at a state level funding the election. So therefore, it should be regulated the same way we would any other state agency. And that's a conversation that needs to be forwarded across the board. And I don't care where you fall in the political spectrum. There isn't anyone who would say, oh no, let's please continue to give this to a for-profit corporation.
Absolutely. So we need to go ahead and wrap this up. Nathan, going to give you 30 seconds here. Any final comments?
Well, I encourage everyone listening to look up your local Green Party, your state Green Party, and join it. If it's weak, that's how weak your democracy is in your state. The Green Party is the only party in the last 50 years that's a leftist socialist party of any significance with ballot access, okay? And the strength or weakness of that party is the strength or weakness of the people's movement electorally. Of course, the people have a lot of different things they do, but we need an electoral arm of our revolution. And
excellent.
That's the only way we're going to get a hold of the tax dollars and make it work for us.
Aidan.
Yeah, I think the Green Party, the reason why I joined is because its 10 key values, cut and simple: democracy, social justice, ecological wisdom, and listening to our indigenous communities, community-based economics, and feminism, just from the very forefront. So the Green Party is the leftmost party that has ballot access in the United States. We need a better job of having people join with those values into the civic discourse. Fair elections is the way we go, making sure our democracy is inclusive, making sure we have freedom of information for every single person, and transparency, where we have local newspapers covering these elections. The world that we want is possible, and I encourage every single person here to join the Green Party of the United States and their local chapters.
Carrie.
Yeah, I have to agree and I have to echo. And as someone who ran as a Democrat and then had my own small woman-owned business, we were sponsors of the Pride Parade in Chicago. We were the first business targeted under the DCCC's blacklist policy. After going through that experience and finally educating myself that not only is the Green Party still there and active, but people are getting elected all over the country. So this whole idea of vote blue no matter who and the lesser evil really should be the marketplace of ideas. And we should have that kind of conversation about your policy, your character, and you running for office should not be predicated on your net worth. So in order to achieve that, you've got to step back and have this kind of competition. And I have to say, my new adopted state, New Mexico, is off the chart with these policies that we say we want. Everything from end of life decisions and autonomy, reproductive rights, all across the board. Every progressive policy, with the exception of Medicare for All, is happening right here and right now. And I have to believe, based on my experience, that's because there are no less than 6 political parties on the ballot at any given moment. That's what we need across the country.
Excellent. I'm Joe Evans with Kerberos Roundtable Discussions and Left Media. This is going to be the completion of U.S. Solution Summit Panel 1. Special thank you to our guests, Nathan Klein, Aidan Hill, and Carrie Barber. And we'll move into the break and see you for Panel 2. Everything's looking good. So
You guys are doing. Appreciate you.
excellent.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Likewise, thank you.
Thank you for being in.
Bye.
Bye.
Carrie.
Ready. Are you guys ready? We're good to go? Ready. Are you guys ready? We're good to go? Hello, U.S. Solutions Summit. So great to be here today. My name is Lily Rose, and if you have any requests for your musical breaks, hello, U.S. Solutions Summit. We'll start out with a classic. So great to be here today. My name is Lily Rose, and if you have any requests for your musical breaks, please let me know. We'll start out with a classic. red roses too. I see them bloom. I see trees for me and you. And I red roses too. I see the wonderful for me and you. And I think to myself, I see blue skies of blue, wonderful clouds of white. A bright blessed day, I see dark sacred night. And I think to myself, clouds of white. What a bright blessed day, dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in the morning sun. I'll watch them roll away. I'll be sitting when the evening, yeah, I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the ships roll the tide. And I'll watch them roll away, sitting on the dock of the bay, yeah, I'm sitting on, wasting time. Left my home in Virginia, headed for Mission Bay, San Diego, 'cause I had nothing to live for. It looks like nothing's gonna come my way. I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide go away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. That's a classic by Otis Redding. Some Louis Armstrong for you. My name is Lily Rose. Once again, so great to be here today. U.S. Solutions Summit. Learning all about the Green Party. This next one's original. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It's called Running Away. Drive fast, drive far, I don't really care at all. Drive fast, drive far, I got the house to myself, and I'm learning to write, and it feels alright. I'm all alone, but I got friends down the road. And if I go to LA, I might be running away from myself. Running away, might be running away from myself again. But I won't have to see him again. Running away, running away, running away, running away, running away, running away. I'll drive fast, drive far, I don't really care at all. We're having the time of our lives, we'll escape to paradise. Running away, running away, running away, running away. Oh yeah. Ooh. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds perched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Thank you so much. My name is Lily on the key. Don't be shy. Send me your song requests for the next intermission. All right, so how are we doing on time here? Seems like how 3 minutes. We have time for another song. Do you have a request? White Rabbit. No, that one's bad. Oh, Beatles. Okay, we can do some Beatles. Here come on, flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball, he want holy roller. He got head down to his knee. I got to be a joker, he just do what he please. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola. He said, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me. He bad production, he got walrus gumbo, he got oh no cyborg, he want spinal cracker, he got feet down below his knee. Hold you over me. Bye. He roller coaster, he got early warning, he got money.